Hey there, AmyK here. I want to share a concept that I have been sharing with my clients for over 20 years. The opposite of play is not work, it's depression. I'm going to say that again. The opposite of play is not work, it's depression. Many of my clients, both coaching, training, consulting, have shared with me in the last few months that they are experiencing mild depression. And mild depression means lack of hope for a compelling future. And I think that is something that we can all relate to. Lack of hope for a compelling future. Whether you are dealing with the stress, anxiety, tension, worries of your industry and your economic situation, maybe you have aging parents or hurting teens, or understandably, the incredibly tragic and heavy headlines of the events that are happening on the world platform, the world stage. It makes your heart heavy. And so if you are experiencing any of these things, it is really understandable. I want to share an exercise with you today that is really helpful in just releasing some of the pressure, to reducing some of your tension. It is not a cure-all, but it is a brilliant first step in reducing some of these sensitive feelings. And so in fact, I did this exercise with a client the other day, and he was really surprised at his list. And when he called me, he's like, well, not only was it effective, but the list that I came up with was way longer than I anticipated it to be. And so again, this is an exercise. Normally you hear from me and I'm like, okay, we're going to lean into the light and I want you to do your gratitude list and I want you to do your positive affirmations, all of which I really believe in. I absolutely believe in that. And sometimes we need to flip the script to get a more effective result. And so in this exercise, what you do is you set the timer for 11 minutes. And then you grab a journal, maybe there's a note app on your phone, or you grab a piece of paper and something to write with. You set the timer, you hit start, and then you list. You list all the things that you can think of that are causing you anxiety, stress, worry, tension, pain, suffering, that are, again, they're in your system and you don't realize it. So you're probably going to write 4 or 5 things, maybe a little bit longer. And then you're going to hit this lull and you're going to look at the timer and you're going to be like, well, that was 2 minutes. I think I'm done. That's where you're going to pause. And you're going to stay in that frame of mind and you're going to say, okay, what else? What else? What else? And so even if you reach the 2, 3, 4 minute mark and you're like, okay, I'm done, stay in that moment. Stay until the full 11 minute runs out, because you're going to be surprised at how long your list is. Many of us suppress these emotions. And what that means is you can't deal with it in the moment. You know you're feeling this way, but you don't have time to deal with it. So you set it to the side. You're like, I'll get to that later. Or you repress it. In fact, your mind says, I can't deal with this. I don't believe I have the capability to deal with this. So we're going to repress it. We're going to put it in that unconscious id, which is really like the hurt locker of your system. It's that shadow part of you. And so then you get triggered, you get more agitated, you get more impatient, and you don't even know why. Or your body starts to show symptoms. And you're like, where is this all coming from? It's coming from all the suppressed and repressed emotions that you don't even realize are swirling inside your system. So a great first step is to just get distance, to get reflection on the page of what's going on inside of you. And so it's a beautiful exercise, and it is the first step. Also, if you would like more professional support, we're going to put a resource below. If you are hurting, if you are suffering from depression, I'm going to encourage you to use the resource that we list below. If you are looking for a coach to process this with, I am available. But again, there is a professional resource below if you are truly, truly suffering from all that is going on in the world and in your life right now. It's a lot. It's understandable. And there are lots of resources here to help. So again, if you are someone that you know is processing a lot, we get it. We really do. And this is, again, a great first exercise and first step to realize just how much you may be carrying. And it's important that you lead yourself well before you lead anybody else, because your health, your well-being, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, it's priority number one. From my heart to yours, hugs.